Good morning, Engineering College. This is Mr. Martis with the latest spreadsheet video. This one deals with graphs. One of the main things for your YLP is to be able to present your project in the best possible way. And most of the times you have trials, most of the time you have data, and you want to be able to show your audience what you've done. You want it to look nice, and this is one of the things that's been lacking on a lot of YLPs that I've sat in on. They've used wrong graphs, or pretty obviously, it's been pretty obvious that they didn't know how to do graphs. So it's just not using a graph, it's using the right graph. And today, the graph that we're going to talk about is probably my favorite. I love pie charts. Pie charts are only effective when you're counting something in whole numbers. All right. Um, for my data today, I chose basketball, and I'm not a huge basketball fan, but it's got a finite amount of data. What I've done is I've taken every Western Division champion since the year 2000, all right, in the NBA, and I've listed them right here in the B column. So you can see the Lakers won this year. The Lakers won that year, won the second year. The Spurs won the third year. All right. There's only been 6 teams in the Western Conference that have won titles. So that's what I mean by limited. So what this means is we're going to have a pie with 6 pieces of the pie. Now, if I did a pie chart for the United States, you're going to have, 50 pieces of pie, and that just looks ridiculous. Okay, you want to think, you got to think about your audience, think about something pleasing to the eye, and which one is the most effective. So this is going to be a count, all right, of the titles won by each of these 6 teams. All right, and to count them, I mean, we're going to use something we used last week. I made a list of all of the titles, and I wrote, for our graph, I wrote the name of each team in 6 different rows. All right, this is important. If you're making a title, if you're making a graph, the title should be in this box right here. It should be on top of all of the quantitative data. So here you've got your test subjects. Here you're quantifying them. And here is the actual title of of your graph. All right. And just to kind of go over real quickly what we talked about last week, look inside of this cell right here. I didn't just count these in 7. I let the spreadsheet count them. I've got equals count if B1 through B22, which is our for 22 rows. If that equals Los Angeles Lakers, count it. So it counted up 7 Los Angeles Lakers. It counted up 5 San Antonio Spurs. All right. So I do see one mistake right here. That should be 122. All right. Dallas Mavericks. Okay, you can see this one's right. It's B1, which is right here, all the way through B22. Oklahoma Thunder, B1 through B22. Notice the quotation marks equals Oklahoma Thunder. Golden State Warriors, count if B1, B22. I'm just checking myself here. And B1 through B22 equals Phoenix Suns. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my graph. I'm going to highlight all of this. All right. I highlighted my 6 titles. All right. I mean, my 6 subjects, their data, and Western titles. Next thing I want to do is go up and hit Insert. And it doesn't say graphs, it says charts. So I'm going to hit Insert, Chart. Okay, boom, there's a chart right now. Okay, I can just pull that down underneath this data right there. And I can go over here and start to work on it. Whoops, I lost that. But to get it back, all I do is hit on I just left click on the graph and hit these three buttons and hit Edit Chart. All right, when I told you this was going to be a pie graph, I did want it to be a pie graph. By default, this time it came up as just a bar graph. I want to go in here, and for setup, I want to click on my down arrow here under a column chart, and I want to pick pie chart. All right, there's a nice pie chart. By default, this goes to naming each one of these. All right, and giving you a percentage. See how when I go over these, how they all highlight in little square boxes? I am going to hit the wrong button. So if you ever do something that's a mistake, just go back up here to these undos. All right, I deleted the whole thing. I didn't want to do that. So, all right, I want to go on this, and I want to hit Edit Chart. All right, I want to customize this. I want this to look a little bit better. So I'm going to hit Customize. All right, let's start with pie chart. All right, this is where you can do some neat things with it. Some people, when they're dealing with a pie, actually like to turn it into a donut hole. And right here, you can just adjust the size of the hole. Okay, I can make it 25%. I can make it 50%, 75%. Let's just go back to 0%. Okay. Okay, slice label. I'm going to look at this. Down arrow here. And what we're going to do is we're going to label inside of here, make it look good, piece of pie. Let's just go value. What this do, if I hit value, this is going to put the number. Notice how it's got percentage out here. All right, we just want the value, the number of times inside of each block. All right, that's looking a little bit better. Let's scroll down over here to the one thing it's missing is a legend. A lot of times you like a legend in these things. So let's look at this. Let's put a legend in the bottom. Let's hit left. All right. I kind of like the way that looks. All right. I just put it to the left. You know, you can tell if it's blue. All right. It's the Los Angeles Lakers. If it's light blue, it's the Phoenix Suns. I kind of like the way this looks. All right. The one thing I'd encourage you all to do is go in and play with these customs, right? Go in and try some different things. I could sit here and show you a bunch of stuff, but it's not going to stick. All right. You all need to practice. All right. One of the things Mr. Claney told me was there was some claims, oh, these videos are so long. So I'm going to keep this one really short. Here's your all's assignment. You all find some data. All right. Okay. It doesn't matter what it is. It's got to be a limited scale. All right. You can roll a dice, which would make it 6 things could happen. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everybody's got a dice app. Everybody can easily have a dice app on their phone. You can flip coins. Mr. Claney may let you go out and check cars in the parking lot. You know, major brands, Toyota, Chevrolet, Ford, Hyundai, count them. There's going to be a limited amount. All right. Find something with a limited amount with at least 35 data points. I mean, don't find, I use 22 here because I was wanting to do something fairly quick. All right. do what I did, list them. So if it's like Toyota, Chevrolet, Toyota, or you rolled a 1, a 6, 1, 6, 3, 4, 1, 2. List your 35 points, right? Then I want you to put the options of if you're using a dice, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you're using cards, you could just use face cards and keep shuffling them. It could be king, queen, jack, ace, right? And then use the count if to count those 35 things that you're going to have listed in your B or A column. I don't care. This A column is irrelevant. Okay. You're going to list all the different things. You're going to use the count if, and then you're going to make a pie chart graph. And again, to make a pie chart graph, you just go under Insert, Chart. That's all you do. Okay, then you're going to play with it. So your deliverable from Mr. Claney is at least 35 different items with a limited sets. Okay, then you're going to put the limited sets here, right? It just might be 4. It might be face cards. I've got 6 here. It doesn't have to be 6. Then you're going to use the count if. Mr. Claney, if he clicks on these, should be able to see if you use the count if. And obviously, he's going to be able to look and see if you've got a graph, right? So I'm going to stop here, right? This is a work session. You need to figure out what data you want to use, and you have these deliverables for Mr. Claney. The list, the limited set with the count ifs, and a pie chart graph that goes with it. Play with it. You can make something that looks better than this. This could have been percentage. You can change colors. I mean, by going up in here, hitting these 3 dots, hitting edit chart, you've got unlimited amounts of things you can do under customize. You can change the slices, the chart axis, the legend, the title, unlimited amount of things you can do with this graph. Also, once you get done with the graph, if you right click on it, I mean, you can Control C, you can copy this graph and put it on a Word document. You can put it in a PowerPoint or Google Slides. You can do anything with this. Just with a simple Control C, you can put this graph anywhere, and that makes the spreadsheet really effective for working on your YLP. All right, good luck. Again, if Mr. Claney, if you have any questions, I feel confident Mr. Claney can answer them. If not, he can send you to the box and ask me. Guys, have a good week, and I will talk to you next week with the latest spreadsheet video.